What's going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. It's currently raining. Check out this beauty sitting here. Since you guys love cold starts, we're starting this video off with the 6.7 Power Stroke. Check it out. You guys love that. I love it too. Sounds good. But yeah, let's go into the shop and we'll get started with today's video. Go here, kick the lights on. What up, you junk? You gotta talk nice to stuff because, you know, it breaks down less that way. Actually, it doesn't, but, oh, let's see what we got today. So, more Maverick content. I know I've been loading you guys with a lot of Maverick content, but we got to get it ready. May Long is not next weekend, but the weekend after. So you guys will probably see this. You know, it might be coming up soon in the videos, but I got to get it ready. So I picked up some cool stuff off Amazon. You know, let's not spend big money, but spend some money. So we got some stuff here on the table for the Maverick. What do we got here? This is a 20-inch light bar. Cheap little guy. Oh, I hope you guys can hear that thing. Check this high idle out. Woo, baby. She's sounding mean. Alright, sorry. I get distracted. But 20-inch light bar. These have the, I don't know what they call them, but they're like a 6D reflector. They look actually just absolutely dope compared to like the old style light bars that had just little diodes. I got one here. Yeah, we use this one. Yeah, old style light bar stuff, light pods, somewhat garbage, work all right. Throw those back in there. Boom, 6D reflectors. Alright, so this thing we're going to mount. I kind of want to hide it because you guys see how we go through the trees. So if I mount it up here, it'll probably get ripped off. So what I want to do is actually recess it in, like into our roof. So we'll give you just, it'll mount like that, kind of like that, but up here somewhere. Yeah, I don't want to get it ripped off by a tree. So we're going to be doing that in today's video. I also picked up this little thing. V-Air, right? V-Air, however you want to say that. But this thing is awesome, even though I haven't tried it out yet. But it is a 8.4P portable compressor. So with the Maverick, I needed an air compressor. Used to have one with the quad. It got wet, it got destroyed, junk, didn't work. So I bought this thing. Comes in beautiful little carrying case. Looks awesome. There we go. Look at how cool this little thing is. I forget what I paid. I'll put it up on the screen. But it was actually really affordable. It's got a nice hose. It's got a nice clamping deal there for your valves. So that's cool. And then, of course, just 12-volt plug. This is supposedly waterproof. That's kind of why I bought it. Even though we'll keep it in our Yeti box on the back. It fits really nice. Really small. Here. So I got big hands. You guys know that. That is my hand in pretty much length, width, and height. So if you got massive hands like me, but if you don't have massive hands like me, what do we got here? It is, yeah, give or take 9 inches by 6 inches. And then what, like 3 inches across? Yeah, pretty close. So, nice, small, compact. We're going to give this a try out. I'll actually deflate one of our tires and then try and fill it up with that here later on in the video. So, V-Air, this thing is awesome. And a big reason I went with this one is it's got a actual gauge. All the other ones I found are all digital. I hate digital gauges. I want something analog Real simple, real nice, ready to go. This thing, and yeah, like I'm not partnered with any of these companies, but you know, it's just a nice product I bought, and I want to share that with you guys. So this thing, it's a DMC Customs, whatever. It's tow rope. Check this thing out. So that's 7/8 big tow rope. It's got, you know, protective sheath or coverings. Big. This is almost like a, I don't know, synthetic winch line. So it's super hard rope, of course braided, and that'll be the covering. There'll be something like some rope inside that. I'm not going to cut it apart, obviously, but it also comes with these little cool things. So these are soft shackles, really cool little devices, but we'll get into using those in a different video. But we are going to figure out how we're going to put this in, kind of mount it, all that. So enough of me talking. I'm going to go ahead, start cutting, and we'll get this light bar mounted. So I went ahead, I marked out on the roof kind of where I want the light bar to mount. So if you look kind of here, you can see that crease line that we had made. So that'll put it there. Of course, depending on how this all ends up, we'll try and flush this in as best as possible. Of course, the light bar, it will protrude a little bit, but I'll go ahead now. I'll drill 4 corners and then probably just use a jigsaw. I'll cut this out and then we'll have to go in, we'll clean it up with a grinder, make it all nice and smooth, and then yeah, we'll go ahead, we'll mount our light bar right in there. So, well, this is what I came up so far with. I did want to stick it a little bit further in. I just think like how far in I want, it'll make mounting really hard. So I'm going to kind of stop here with this. If you can see, it does sit inside. So I went ahead, I cut out a hole. I still have to kind of square it up and clean up the hole, but dead center, just enough to let this thing recess. And then another thing I'm going to do, I'll just kind of set it there. So these mounts are meant to be ran the other way, but I'm going to clean up the edges on here, and then I'm going to use the mounting bolts kind of backwards, like the brackets backwards, just to keep it nice and low. And there we go, it's nice and centered on the machine. And kind of the one thing that I really like about doing it this way, you can just see there's so little sticking out, so I won't have to worry about it catching trees. And if it does, it's nice and solid, so I don't think it'll get ripped off. Maybe it will, maybe it won't. We'll have to see when we get to that point. But yeah, I clean up the hole. I'm gonna get this thing fully mounted. We'll go kind of through the wiring, what I'm gonna do, and then we'll keep moving on. It's been a little bit since I last checked in with you guys, but light bar is mounted. So there you guys can see, that's a 20-inch single row, nice and small. That's kind of what we ended up doing on these side brackets. Just kind of beveled them, made them look nice. And then, of course, yeah, we have them turned sideways. So there you guys can see kind of how it flushes into the top. Real nice. And then, of course, we have opening here for all the heating. So I did go ahead, I put a switch in. That's right here. So it's just wired right to the battery. You guys will be able to kind of see. It's not on. Boom, it's on. Super bright. I'll shut the lights off in here and show you guys a comparison in a little bit. But one thing I wanted to do, because I have the radio on that side, keep as much power interference away. So I turned the light around from the way I had it. And then we got the cord, it kind of runs down through the roll bar. Down here, I drilled a hole, popped it through. Then it goes down. I pulled some of the plastic off on this. It runs down on the floor to the back where it's hooked up to the battery under the seat. And then there is a relay that I put behind this seat. Really simple stuff. Most light bars, they come with a wiring harness. All you have to do, hook them up to power, ground, and then hook up your switch. So This, I kind of just pieced it together and made it work. Don't have enough time to go through the full wiring setup today on it, but this is what I did. Okay, so the lights are off. The only light we have is coming from the window, but I will do this kind of later on. But, oh, I turned the key on. Okay, so that's low beams. That's high beams. Not much of a difference, just they kind of reposition. And then this is light bar. So you guys can tell there's quite a difference there. And then if you just turn those off, there's low beams. That's completely off. So definitely quite a lot of light coming out of that light bar for what it is. Alright, let's get this on. There you guys go. So the way I like doing my tow ropes on the back, I don't run anything in the receiver. So just pull, these come with a bolt, so pull this bolt out and then just loop this, slide it in, jam your bolt through. You might have to use a screwdriver if you got covering like this, but try and leave the covering on, help protect the rope. And then on this one, I'm going to just run it up, and then it comes into here. I'm using the soft shackles to actually hold the rope, so I have it looped 3 or 4 times, I think. Yeah, so 3 times. It goes from there to there to there and back, just to hold the rope kind of in. And then I'm able to tuck it behind the Yeti, and you know, I'll have it behind the gas can. And eventually, depending what I do with that chainsaw mount, the chainsaw will probably kind of hold that down. But these soft shackles are really nice. That's why I'm going to use them, because then when you want it, a little hard with one hand, but you kind of slide this open, and then this ball just comes out. Can't do this one hand. Pull it just like that. So this slides open and closed. So get it on, pull it tight, and there you go. Now it won't hurt the cage. Everything's nice, covered, coated, really like that. So I'm happy. And then another thing with our, well, that'll kind of impede on our opening there. But if I just move the knot there. There, that's a little better. So let's get that air compressor in here. So we got the V-Air. Now, if you guys have been following along, kind of going with our build here, you know we got the Yeti. But look at how nice and perfect this is. For me, I'll probably lay it down. You can stand it up, but if you want to be on the same side as what your tools are, it won't work. So it will just fit sideways. We'll take it, we'll lay it down, and there we go. We still have plenty of room for more tools in here, as you guys can see. And then your cover to pop back in, and you still have one side. Real nice setup that is. There you go. Valve comes out, and here it's pissing. Basically flat now. So plug it in, try it. Okay, we're gonna time this going up to 10 psi. So we'll figure out where the switch is. Oh, it's right on the end. Alright. Sitting right at 10 pounds, so it's still running. But from a flat tire, this is a 29.5 Assassinator. About 45 seconds from completely flat. So out of a little jobby air compressor like that, I'm super happy. It's nice and quiet, which is nice. Well, that's all I got for you guys today. That's the end of the video. Thank you for tuning in. Make sure to go down, subscribe. We're on our on the road to 1,000 subs. And yeah, we're doing really good. So thank you guys for your support. We'll see you next video.